Hello, everybody. I just wanted to make another video today. I'm going to be making maybe one more. I won't give it away what it is, but let's say sports maybe. But this one, I want to talk about the second episode of Futurama, season 11 on Hulu. I liked the first episode. Don't get me wrong. I thought it wasn't the worst, but it was kind of in the middle. Not the worst episode ever, but not the best. But it was entertaining and had a lot of laugh out loud moments. Well, this episode 2, I loved a lot more. It just had way more laugh out loud moments. I will give you some spoilers. So, right now, if you're not into spoilers, you don't want to know about the show, now's the time to leave. Okay. I'm going to give you a heads up here and give you a good 5 seconds to move on if you don't want to hear spoilers, okay? Okay, here we go. This episode was basically a follow up to Kif Gets. Is it Amy and Kif get knocked up a notch, or is it Kif gets knocked up a notch? I forget. It was in the first run of the show, I believe, in season 3. And apparently, Kif could have kids by touching other people's hands. They don't actually, have a romp in the hay, so to speak, if you know what I mean. Um, so that just they can reproduce by just touching hands. And at first, I didn't know who got the DNA in him. But it turned out it was the last person to touch his hand was Leela. So they're technically Leela's kids, but Kif Schmizmar, whatever that means, I'm not exactly sure, is the mother of the kids because she's gonna raise them. She's his partner. I assume they're gonna get married someday. I don't know. We'll see how the show goes. And that is the gist of the show. So they're gonna. I think in the original show they said 20 years later, your kids will emerge from the swamp and you'll be parents. Well, it's actually exactly 20 years. That was like 2003. So 20 years have passed, and so that's pretty accurate in canon right there. The really funny points in this episode for me were my first real laugh out loud moment was when Kif put the candy all over his chest and tells Kif, Manscape me. I mean, that was hilarious right there. And then Kif did it. It was so funny. The whole scene with Kif and we got to go on a mission with Zap Radigan to this guy who was his satellite communications was down because bears had attacked it, but there were actually tardigrade bears, like whatever they call those things. It was they were giant or whatever. There were just so many funny scenes there when they were dragging Zap away, when they were being shot and whatnot. I mean, it was just so funny. I mean, oh my god, it was just and the guy who was the whale biologist in another episode was a bear biologist here, and he admitted he hated it. He doesn't like it. So there was a lot of callbacks there. And then another really super funny line was when they were talking about whose DNA was really in the kids. When the grand midwife came back and said it, and it was mostly Leela, but like a small smidgen of Scruffy, the janitor. And janitor's like, Scruffy janitor's like, what did he say? He's something like, Scruffy gets around. Scruffy's DNA gets around, or something like that. And I'm like, my God, that was hilarious. So there were several lines like that throughout the episode that just I like. One thing I'm a little iffy about is Leo Wong, who I guess was voiced by um the guy that does Fry, this Billy West and Zoidberg and the Professor and Zap Brannigan. The same guy does also does Leo Wong, or always did, but they switched it. Now it's an actual Asian actor, and I don't know why they did this. Did they do it for the same reason that Carl on The Simpsons and Dr. Hibbert were switched out, because they wanted to get actual black actors to play them? They thought it was more PC, which I think is totally ridiculous. I'm as PC as they come. I'm a liberal, far on the left of center. I'm a progressive liberal, and I mean, come on, that's going too far. I mean, they're actors, so a white actor can't play a black actor, and vice versa. What about Bob's Burgers? Are they going to have a problem because men voice women? I mean, how ridiculous! They're actors. That's what acting is. It's pretending to be something you're not, or someone you're not. I think that's going way too far for the PC shit. I mean, I don't have a problem with. I mean, what about Apu? They couldn't get like an Indian actor to play him. They just took him off the show totally. That's just how ridiculous the whole thing is. But anyway, besides that, great show. And who knows? We only heard a few lines from Leo Wong. Maybe he's pretty good. The actor they got. He must have read for lines, done some scenes. I don't know. He got picked for a reason, so we'll see. But, and if he's not in the season anymore, or if he's in it very little, not a problem. But we all get accustomed to that sarcastic, don't give a shit about nobody Leo Wong. Not even care about his family. He just does what he wants, all for the almighty dollar. I mean, are we going to still have that kind of character, or is it going to be totally reduced now? Because of the voice. We will see, I guess. I'm not too happy about Hibbert's voice. Oh man, it's not the same. I still like The Simpsons, but what a bad decision. And I still like the character Carl, but he's not the same. Just not the same. And as much as they didn't switch Amy Wong's voice, it's Lauren Tom. She's an Asian actress. She just sounds American. She's faking the Chinese accents and stuff, and the voices. So, how's that any different? Just because she's Asian? And what about Hermes Comrade? He's a African American. He's black. He's not Jamaican. He's faking the Jamaican accent. So why is that okay? Why is that okay, but you can't have a white actor play a black actor or a Chinese actor? It does not make sense. My one gripe for the graining shows. You know, they were going to do that in The Family Guy. They were going to have Cleveland be played by an actual black guy, but they never did it. That's the thing, they never did it. It's still the same guy playing Cleveland. So, I don't know. Whatever. We'll see how the season goes, and whether Leo Wong actually is a big factor in it or not. We'll see. But overall, I really, really liked the second episode a lot more, and I really it even had like emotional moments that like made me cry. At the end, especially, and I cry anyway at most things, but for a show like Futurama to make me cry, it really has to be sad, and it did. It made me cry. It was emotional and well written, funny jokes. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It was a really good episode. First really good episode since we've been back. So anyway, I'll leave you all at that, and happy Wednesday. And may the force be with you all. Don't forget to write Disney about the Orville. Tell them renew, please.